Time.tv.
Previously on Mystical Ninja.
Oh, Yoshime, they don't believe me, but you won't let those robots defeat me, Yoshime.
Well, hello once again and welcome back to Nathan Plays Mystical Ninja. My name is Nathan and this is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the Nintendo 64. In the previous episode, we set out from the starting town with the Lord's Super Pass that allowed us to get out of the gates. Had a bit of an adventure climbing some mountains and things, and then ran into a giant robot battle, as you saw in the previously. Which, eventually we got by that, we got to this new town, and we got a brand new ninja friend named Yay. That's what we're going with, I think. So we had explored the town a little bit, but I had lopped most of that out because it was boring, and now here we are exploring this new town yet again. That's the way out. So let's start with some. Most of the inside buildings are shops, so we'll start by going around the gates to the outside. Well, here's this fella. His name is Benkei. He wants us to stop right there. And we have to hand over any treasures that we have. Well, I don't have any treasure with me. Poverty-stricken... Well, that is very rude. That's not called for at all. So it seems we aren't going to be able to get past that spot until we find some treasure or a different way through. Let's see what the rest of the town has to offer, if there's any clues. Nothing on this side. And so in that case, you have to head through these buildings in the center here. Not there. Everything looks like a door to me, to my Western eyes. Through this kind of a hallway here, there's a little bit of a spring off to the side there, which is kind of nice, but seemingly pointless for now. And then you're on the other side of town here. There's some more shops that we don't really need, and we don't have tons of money at the moment anyway. And a few more places to check out. There's a door that leads to Baizen, located in the Chogoku region. Some kid was fooling around and did something to the door so it wouldn't open. It's a real problem. Okay, this appears to be the door. Will not open. That is really a problem. Well, moving on, I guess. Ah, the Golden Temple. Hey you, traveler, you were led to this golden temple. Why not listen to my sermon? Well, okay. Oh, a song and an autograph session. Well, maybe that autograph is the treasure I need. But unfortunately, it seems that this is all he has to say on the topic. I talked to him a couple of times. Now I was trying to jump over him, but jump and talk are the same button, and so I just ended up talking to him again. Back up a little bit there. Seems you can't get into the temple itself, and there's nothing around the sides. So we left. There's just one person in this town who's crossed the Gojo Ohashi Bridge without handing anything to Benkei. His face is pretty good looking, but when it comes to his personality, ... Well, what? What about it? This fella tells us a little bit more about Benkei, which we already kind of knew about his deal. Oh, here's something intriguing. The way to Mount Nyoigatake. Step aside, you're in the way. Okay, you're still not needed yet. I'm not sure what that means. It seems very rude. We're going to investigate. So at the top of the mountain, there are some platforms. There's a burning character in the wall there, but it doesn't seem that we'll be able to jump up there. No, my jump just is not high enough. I guess we'll come back here later. Yep, too bad. Maybe I'll get a double jump or something? I can't remember. So I'm at a little bit of a loss for what to do next, and whenever that happens... Oh, My mom tells me not to go outside because kids, I'm a big boy, nothing I can't handle. Kids are getting kidnapped, I guess, was the point of that one. Anyway, whenever you're not sure what to do, you can always head over to our good old friend, the fortune teller. He's a little frightening, but he's got the goods for where to go next. Tenryo seems reasonable. Does his little incantation there. To make Benkei move on the Gojo Hashi Bridge, meet the rude guy who we find fishing at Duck Creek in Zazen Town. Well, that is where we are. And Duck Creek is that body of water that's sort of running through parts of the town. So it's possible that we've overlooked a section of the Duck Creek. We'll have to follow it and see if we find anyone along the way. I realized after recording this episode that I paged through some of the dialogue pretty fast, so I do apologize for that. So here's the start of the Duck Creek flowing into town. I do enjoy splashing in basically any video game I've ever played. And real life. Never gets old. Okay, not much going on here. At the bend in the Duck Creek here, there's a ladder, there's a place we can climb up. And there's a fella here. Well, he is pretty handsome. Look at this guy. Do you know Benkei? He's like a follower to me, apparently. Why, yes, I am. Well, yes. I don't know. Alright, okay, so one favor. Doesn't sound too bad, and we'll be able to get on our way. Catch me some fish in the Duck Creek. First catch 3 blue fish. Okay, well, I didn't really understand the instructions here. I wasn't sure if he'd have like a fishing rod for me, or he just wants me to hurry up and get those 3 fish. Like, am I supposed to have an extra item coming into this? This is my property, says Ushiwaka or whatever. Are there fish in here? No. I am afraid I'm not really understanding the mission. But then I made a discovery. There are suddenly fish in the creek, just floating around there. Oh, there's the blue ones. And when you run over them and hit the button, you catch them. That's apparently all there is to fishing. Don't let anybody tell you that it takes expensive equipment or a variety of lures. You just find a spot where they're floating around at ankle height and then just pick them up. Like, it's not even a big deal. So 3 blue fish later. Grab that. Oh, no, okay. That one got away on me. Let's snag this fella. And it was back to the handsome guy. And each time it takes me a few hops to talk to him. Because I can just never quite seem to get... Oh, not this time. I had trouble getting in front of his face. Now I'm supposed to get 5 yellow fish. Well, that is almost exactly as exciting as the blue fish quest. So we'll bypass a chunk of it here in just a moment. Yellowfish the first. For this one, I had to travel to the other areas. And eventually I had 5. Then it was back to the guy to turn in the fish. Would you believe that he now wants red fish? Boy, oh boy, what a thrilling minigame. So, I know, I have all the red fish at this point. After a bunch of wandering around and grabbing fish. Alright, you did it! Apparently he's just lazy, and he's given us a thing to throw at Benkei. An Achilles heel, as it were. Fabulous. Now back to Benkei. Let's head across to the other side of town, through the bamboo area there. Ugh. I can see in your eyes you want to fight. Oh yeah, I do. But he will blast us far, far away if we lose. Well, well, it's a fight with Benkei, says the narrator. Look for the instant Benkei reaches the ground when jumping, and throw the Achilles heel at him 3 times within the time limit. And here we go with this minigame. I have to time the throw such that these apparently explosive logs will catch him. I got off to a pretty poor start because the timing, as you can see, is a little bit tricky. But got the hang of it pretty quickly. Oh, he smoked that one. Snatched it right before it hit him. There we go. And apparently this explains the origin of the phrase Achilles heel, although the characters themselves are not sure that that's the case. It's our friend Sasuke. Apparently he fell from the sky just the other day and doesn't have batteries. Very nice. We now have the 4th character in our ensemble, but unfortunately we're not able to switch to him just yet. I expect that we'll find some batteries along the way as we travel. For now, we're going to head out into the world with a new catchy song and the wind at our backs. That's kind of nice. Of course, I have to check the corners wherever possible just to make sure that I'm not walking past any lucky cats. Check the map there, but it's honestly not super helpful. Roads would be good, or some indicator of how these regions connect to one another, but nothing back here. Not even enemies, just a nice time to walk around and do a thing. Yeah, there's really just not a lot out here in this region, and I apologize that this is not especially exciting footage. But not all of it can be, I guess. I don't know. So as we approach this region here, we see kind of a temple off to the side there and a couple of exits to the woods, which we shall investigate in turn. First of all, starting with the temple. Yamato Shrine. Let's hop in there, and oh, this door is closed with magical powers. Oh boy, that's very intriguing. Intriguing. So we'll try this exit into the forest. This is the Turtle Stone area of the bamboo forest. The bamboo cannot be cut down, thereby rendering this game completely garbage, and I'm going to quit playing immediately. No, that's not true. But a good game, a great game, would let you chop down the bamboo. I'm just saying. Turtle Power of the East, a magical red gate. See, there's kind of the turtle stone there. It looks fairly obvious. Each of these signs has kind of a cryptic part of a clue. I see some sort of slots in the floor there, but I'm not really sure what any of it means just yet. Tried to smash the rock with the hammer, as one does. Money makes the world go round, eventually come to you as well. I don't know, this all sounds very nice, but I don't know what to do with any of this information, honestly. Lucky cat. Well, I suppose we'll just leave it for now. I kind of like how the game handles her shadow there with her hair, where it's like a solid object on her body, but on the ground it's like separate little circles. It's kind of fun. Graphics. So we'll try the other area of bamboo forest, the which looks like a little more promising in terms of that there are actual enemies here. And that's the discovery of the fact that Yai slices things, which is rad and will not get old. That sound, ching, it's cool. We also have these new kind of weird little honeypot things with wings that are trying to hit me. I don't know. And then that section ends. That was it. It's easy. We're now at the seaside, obviously. Listen to the waves. Very relaxing. There's a coffee shop up here on the road. We'll check it out, see if we can't find somebody useful to talk to in here. Last time we checked into one of these roadside coffee shops, we got a map, and that was cool. Oh, turtle stones. Okay, good. And that's all he has to say. I would say that they... Rabbit stones. No, I'm afraid I don't get that one. And you can buy some stamina dumplings there, but I think we're good for now. Forest hasn't been too terribly challenging just so far. So we're going to continue on our adventure. Going the only way that I believe we can for the moment. Again, just following the road around here to make sure I'm not missing any lucky cats. Although I might be missing them anyway, to be honest. I didn't... Maybe they're hidden better than I think they are. I'm just trying to be, like, 70% thorough. In almost any game with a lot of objects to collect and a percentage of completion, I'm like a 70%er. Maybe that surprises you about me. Maybe it doesn't. But, oh, I caught that little ledge off to the side. And found a lucky cat. Unfortunately, the only way back up to the path is to swim around, seemingly. So, into the water for the to go the long way around. Back on the path, and we'll head up to the top here and see what we find. Really loving that sword effect. Well, there's a tiny little hut. Away to a tourist center, Awaji Island branch. We will carry you to Shikoku at once with our proud dragon, is what we want to say. The dragon has gone wild and cannot carry you now. Can someone... maybe I can do something about that. Hop on the back of the dragon, enter this machine. Well, this has taken sort of a curious turn, as this game seems to do. But here we are, jumping into a strange machine. Rising into the air. And now there's a dragon. So we're Shadow of the Colossus now, so that's cool. Need to work our way up the back of the dragon. Try not to get knocked off by these enemies that fall out of the sky. There's something in the distance there. We can't quite make out what it is just yet. And as you move, of course, it starts to undulate more and more just to make things interesting for you. What is that? Aha! Testing, testing, testing. Ta-da! We kidnap kids with dancing talents using this dragon. That makes sense. The mighty colon. I'm guessing the grammar thing, not the other one. The annoying clowns that Baron was talking about. And I do actually kind of like that laugh track, I'll be honest. Control machine, go get him. So it's going to dance around and spit out a bunch of shots at me here, which are not terrible to avoid. You get in close, do a hit, and back up and to do it again. While this is happening, the dragon obviously starts to rotate more and more just to make your life interesting. But overall, this fight is not too bad. Three hits there. I'm not really sure if there's supposed to be a point at which you'll just slide off the side of the dragon, but thankfully that did not occur. Like, maybe you're supposed to climb onto the side, but, I mean, obviously just standing there was working out for me. Does the machine have a second form? Oh, at this point I decided to switch to the chain just because I thought maybe I could get a hit in, but it was already basically done. I could get a hit in more easily and not have to get right up to it, was the logic there. And maybe it would have been nice had I done it at the beginning of the fight rather than the end. We land safely on our feet. And he does not. It's Quarry Utah. He's the dragon, apparently. Yes, the dragon who had been hypnotized by the Peach Mountain was actually none other than Quarry Utah, the son of the dragon god. Goemon and his allies explained everything. I guess I'm supposed to know who this is, maybe from the previous games or something. And he's been kidnapping kids. I'm a bad guy, a villain, a criminal, a demon, a devil. Good laugh line there, yeah. Makes sense. I suppose that will be our next objective, perhaps, to save the children. Or somewhere down the line. We've got a lot of irons in the fire here. The hot springs. Aha, a clue. West of Io. I will rescue the children myself. Oh. It's a flute. And with that, we've unlocked the ability to fast travel. Does a magic flute really require that you know how to play it? Like, it should just work, right? Anyway, Yai gets it, and we can now use it. But it doesn't work inside. And with that, he wanders off, leaving us by ourselves. Well, I could go up the stairs to the Compere Mountain. So I thought I would take a quick gander up there. These are inappropriately height. The stairs are of an inappropriate height and force you to jump up there. Not very accessible, I have to say. And in the second block, we have boulders rolling down. So I just noped right out of there, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not down for it. But we get to keep the song playing, which is pretty cool. Looking forward to exploring that area more. But right now I wanted to find a place to save my game. As it happens, Awa, the Folkypoke village, is right here. It's famous for folk dancing. I can see why. Those rhythmic movements. Hypnotic. There's the fortune tellers. So I suppose at this point in the game it might be helpful to start learning what the symbols are. Because I had, looking for an inn, I had checked into basically every place along the way. Folkypoke Village is pretty spread out. It's kind of a sad theme playing. There's some fields here. And some more houses and things. See what this person has to say. Dragons are those mythical creatures that come out in fantasy stories, right? Oh, I don't know. We didn't actually see that, did we? We just saw the actual, dragon. Doggo Hot Springs. Aha, I mean Dogo. Haha. Oh, been closed for a long time. Well, that's mysterious. Some more items for sale there. Still don't really have a ton of extra cash. So we'll keep exploring the village. This looks very promising to me. But I'm wrong. It's another travel station. Are there airplanes in this time? There's more horrifying than airplanes. Yeah, I guess riding a dragon is a little bit stressful. No, I'm good. Thank you. Just want to find a place to spend the night. Sheesh. Ah, here we are. At long last. Unfortunately, the silver room is going to take a little too much of our money. And we don't honestly need that much extra health right now, so I decided to just use the adventure diary instead. So next time, we are going to try and continue on the mystery of where the missing children are. Maybe we'll have to investigate the rest of that mountain trail there with the boulders rolling down it. In the meantime, thank you, as always, ever so much for watching, and we'll see you next mission.